All right, we are exactly live. Hopefully we have video and audio. Instead of doing a vlog this week, I'm kind of going to combine everything all into one kind of thing. Necromunda came out. I saw it had a lot of small pieces on it, and I thought it would be helpful if I ran through and gave some people some ideas. I'm doing this live, so this way when people finally watch it, it'll be there for them. Puma, how are you? Plus, nice early morning thing doesn't hurt. I just dropped off the grandbaby, and emotionally, I'm just trying to decompress more or less. Let's put it that way. So it comes with this nice handy thing. Did I put on the yellow light here? Yes, I did. Okay. And we're going to just take out all these kebabbers here. The real guys that are going to be a problem are here, but we're going to try to fit everything in. I had that book. What did I do with that book? Oh, it's right under here. Good morning, Nathaniel. So I'm going to throw this gang supplement in here because it's going to stay in here anyways. And we're just going to put this aside over here because you guys already know what I'm working on, so we don't need a constant advertisement. Now, the real problem is, boy, you got a lot of bitsies here, so you got a lot of work to do. So the thing is separating the two factions. These are the Goliath because of the bigger pieces, and the littler pieces is obviously the other side, which is the Etchen gang. Now, these really look like they're going to be a pain, so we're going to start with these first, and we're going to see how long it's going to take us to get this together. So you didn't keep Hudson. As much as I would have loved to keep him, he had to go home and see his father, which makes perfect sense. Of course, I could have killed his father and just saved myself a lot of time. What we want to do is have a good set of clippers here. Let me make sure that I get this down enough because I am left-handed. There we go. See? There we go. So this way we're down far enough at the table. Misfit, how are you? It's good to see everybody. Dave, good to see you. Wow, I'm surprised I have at least 10 people watching. I'd like to send you the so anyways, just getting back to the thing, my email pops up on here for some reason. Usually I check emails on Monday morning, but because we had taken the little fellow away, oh relax cat, to the airport, I'm not going to check them right away. I'm actually going to work on this stuff, and we want to make sure that we get this done here. Alright, so the numbering on this is really okay. I get the idea. You want to hang out. And forgive the shaky table. But for the time being, oh, come on, girl. Oh, down. Not today. You can be a star some other time. I finally got the other table. I'm going to be installing it this evening. This week is going to be a little different. I decided I think I just need a little decompression time. And I'm just going to, instead of making a whole bunch of videos ahead of time, I think that what I'm going to do is just kind of take it as it comes. So we're going to be doing a lot more live stuff. So they really don't show you how this goes together. Okay, let's figure this out together, shall we? So they give you this. The accessories are easy to put together, and then they give you this whole thing. K Walker, Don Walker, how? Hey Rob, wow, this looks intimidating to assemble. Well, that's why I'm doing it, because I want you to get a good feel for it. Once you see this, I think this is going to help. I painted up some terrain this weekend. Agree with you that the sprues and the minis look a little intimidating. Good morning, Rob. Glad I can watch live for once. Well, Mac, I'm glad to have you here. We're going to save the bigger guys for later because I think they'll be easier. I think the the girls here are going to be the real problem. And it's kind of cool that they have the girl gang come with it. I know Janice would like that. All right, so what you're trying to tell me. All right, so we're gonna start real simple here. First is the body, which is number 1. So that obviously is going to give us the body. See, I would have thought this body would have gone here. But it does not. And actually, I think what they're trying to tell me is that these two areas here make both of those. So let's go with it here. Oh, and all you're doing is interchanging the pieces here. All right, let's go with it. So at least you'll understand. And they don't explain it very well here. So that's the thing that I've always had a problem with their newest models, is that I like to clip everything out and make sure I have everything ready to go. So when I glue the piece together, I think I have an idea what the heck I'm doing. All right, so number 8. That would be right here. So we're going to clip that. Now these are really good clippers. I really suggest if you are going to do this, you're going to need really good clippers, because honestly, you're not going to want to clean these things up because they seem very brittle. Number 9, that's going to be right here. And you're going to want to get as close as you can to prevent as much work as you can. If you're going to make the best models in the world, hey, that's fine and dandy. And I understand that a lot of this, let me move this just a hair up because I'm drifting off camera here. There we go. Maybe if I move my chair over here too would help. So the game is tactical grid movement, or like the original was. I think it's both. I really have to read the book. Graham, right now we're doing the most important thing and trying to get everything together, get it painted up, and then we'll figure out the rules from there. I usually try to do both. Number 2. Okay, so we're going to take that as the number 2. Now this offers up a pretty interesting question for me. First of all, that's 2. Okay, there we go. All right. All right, so we've clipped out 2, 9. Now we need 46. 46. Of course, this gets easier as the pieces dissipate. 46, okay. These heads are small. This is why you really are going to need some good clippers here. Take a look at the size of this head. I mean, honestly. I mean, look at my thumbnail. Now, I do have a big hand, but I mean, for crying out loud, that is just a kind of a waste there to have to do that. All right, there's 46. Now we need 53, which is a mohawk. 53, which is right here. So now you've got to play. You know, it's okay to assemble things and stuff like that, but gee whizzes. All right, number 10. The idea is to show you and give you a clear detail on how to do this and not make this a whole learning curve. There's a lot of people that are coming into these games that have never played these games before and go, all right, wow, this looks really cool. It's from Games Workshop. I know I'm going to get great products, but gee whizzes. You know, I'm not a master modeler, and that's the whole thing. I want to play the game. It's like the original. Hi all, hi Big Bang, good afternoon from Spain. Hello, yo. Someone recommended that to me, that on a really small piece, like heads, you clip them off inside the box top in case they decide to bounce off and fly off. I usually have my hands around it so it's not going to go too far. I have this mat down so I know where they are. And usually that's the way it works for me. I've yet to have one go flying. Now when I was younger and a little more spry, should we say, where I did everything with a ruthless aggression. Boy, oh boy. I'm actually going to have to put on my headset for this, because my eyes just aren't as good as they used to be. Okay, so let's see what they got here. All right, so what they're doing here is they're making you do this. All right, so this is going to go in here like so. And supposedly this is supposed to make this whole mohawk thing. Okay, great. So it does go in pretty good. It's just a pain in the neck. I like to use this Loctite super glue. It's an ultra gel. It really works very well. Just a little dab. Just a little dab will do you. You know the old saying. Come on now. And then we're going to slide this right on top here. And it gives you a couple seconds where you can move it around. And boom, that's the head. So we're going to let that dry for a few seconds. Meantime, once you get the head done, we can start playing around with all the other things that we were trying to attempt to and accomplish. There is a little rounded area here, so you can fit this little cloak on. Alright, so we're going to add a little magic there. Not much, we don't need a heck of a lot to establish what we're attempting to do. You'll feel it kind of slide into place. You're going to hold it there, and there we go. Hi all, how you doing? I read that even a tiny cigar that needs to be glued into the model's mouth. That's some tiny detail. That sure is, and that's a pain in the neck. Necromunda, Wild Boy says, yes. You use a ruler for measuring movement and range, correct? Did you see they announced Orlocks? Rip up my bank. Yeah, they did. They're supposed to be out soon. I remember the first game, Sci-Fi City of Ancients, that I had to glue. I did not realize I had to do it. Hashtag learning stunned. MJK, what's up, my brother? Alright, so that's going to come in there like that. Then, the gun that she has, which, let's take a real good look at how this is going to fit in. And they don't show you exactly which way to do this. Oh, okay. Fits right in. Okay. Usually they're dead on with parts. You know, it's not like you're going to have great space. I would be shocked if I ran into one of their models where something just doesn't fit correctly in, like I'm running into now, right? The big thing with them is they make sure that it is detailed and it fits into perfection. As you can see, we are having no problem. It's usually, if it doesn't fit, it means you're doing it wrong. It's as simple as that. I'm going to put the leg in here. All right, 50 more figures to do. And the reason I'm doing this today is I want to A, get this together, B, show you that it can be done. You just got to take your time. If you have a good pair of cutters with you, it's going to make it a lot easier. Boom, that goes in there. This you're going to have to hold a little bit. See, I can't stand when you have to hold the legs together. Rob, we'll get an email from Miniature Market when they ship out patron wards. If we got an unpainted item, yeah. As a matter of fact, I talked with Joe. There are some things that are on back order. I'm glad you brought that up. Thank you. I got a whole bunch of shipping notices. I'm going to go through them and I will find out who's went out. But as far as people, there are a lot of people wanted Rebellion. It's already paid for, but it will not be out for a bit. So we've already taken care of it. So when they pop, it's not going to sell out on you because it's already been prepaid and coming your way. Some people should be getting some stuff starting this week. for the unpainted stuff. So I've really worked hard to make sure that this goes aimlessly and smoothly. What's nice here is this fits into this cloak perfectly. I mean, dead on. You don't even see a seam there. Wow. That's tremendous. I think I'm going to offer Miss Tina to come down. Unfortunately, for Christmas, she's going hiking. But I'm going to see if we can get her down here for a weekend and do an entire weekend of some giant dungeon crawl. I have to call her soon. She's probably in school or working. Hardest working girl I know. If you're not subscribed to her channel, please do. That is my buddy. Okay, a whole bunch of stuff flying through here. There must be more than 10 people watching. Oh God, 24. Holy cow. Not bad for an unannounced event. All right, let me answer some of these questions. When I first started building miniatures in the 5th edition, I used a box cutter. Now I get all the good tools. Yeah, I used a box cutter too. It doesn't work that well. Just started this year. Pickles, picked Skavens, just 40 clan rats to paint. They're pretty easy and they're fun. Painting is fun, but I don't really enjoy building models. Yeah, you see, that's the thing that I get torn about for some people here. Wow, boy, that's funny. I love building models. I find painting a chore. Yeah, see, it works different ways for everybody. Painting one model is relaxing, assuming 100 is relaxing. But I have to paint 100. I'm like, oh my God, it's work. Yeah, sometimes it does get that way. I agree with you. I got Skaith. I already ordered from M&M, of course. The expansion board, metal coins. Blah, blah, blah. All right, if we goofed up and we sent you Skaith, let me know. We'll work something out. I'll figure it out. I'm always willing to work something out. I've got to get a hold of a few people today, as a matter of fact. Probably do that later. All right, what do we got here? We got a little bit of edge here. This is why you really want really good tools. So you can just clip, go, bang. And all right, so now we're just going to put a little bit of glue there. This gel stuff works fantastic. As you see, it adheres pretty quickly. But the real selling point here is that it gives you such control, and it really does make a big difference. Boy, these are going to be fun to paint. And you know I'm kidding when I say that. All right, so there we go. All right, let's put her on her base. Why don't we do that too? Did I pull the bases out? No, probably not. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Like I said, I just turn this on and we start going. A lot of great stuff though we're going to be coming up with this week. There's going to be at least a live event a day, I think, the way I'm thinking about it. Uh-oh, did that? No, the head stayed on. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Looking for these. That, get over there. That, get over there. All right. So now you just pick a base. And these bases are easy to paint, so it's not like rocket science. So we'll just put her on. And half the battle is done. Move her off to the side. Come on. You know what it is? The whip is moving her. Okay, there we go. All right, so that was one. You can see what a chore this can be. And I don't mind building these or anything like that, but boy, jeez. Scythe was right. I had presumptively ordered the rest in anticipation. LOL. Oh. Dex. Yeah, if you ordered it, Game Line, it's coming your way. That's for sure. All right. All right, so now I think the way they do this is they leave you, okay, so there's two sprues here, all right? And what they do is they give you different pieces for different personnel. So for instance here, for the secondary version of this character, what you're going to do is you're going to cut out number 1. Okay. So we're making this easy for you guys. So you don't pull your hair out like I just did for about 10-15 minutes. I'm trying to figure out, okay, this doesn't make sense to me. Okay, there's the leg is 2. All right, so these are the only 2 solidary pieces that you need out of this. Now what you do is you go find the secondary pieces to create her, which is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, which is a knife. 7, which is a shotgun. Which is a shotgun. Is it a shotgun? Boy, if we can find it. 7, 7, 7. 35, 34. That's 5, 7. So all these pieces interact, so you're making different types of characters. And they're all named, and you've got to be able to... They're all named particularly a certain way. Okay, so that. Then 56. 56. And that's the hard part, is just trying to find the pieces that you need. And I guess... Okay, 56. Then her head is different, so we need 39 and 49. Are we losing any frames? No. Yes, I'll make you have to go pew pew noises to make them fit. Okay. You guys are talking amongst yourself, which is good. Alright, so 49 and 39. Alright, 49. Now look how tightly this is in here. You really just got to be able to... And you got to be careful. Oh boy, because you can really do some damage here. And that's not what you want to do. 49 and 39. So where's your head, girl? 39, 30. Okay, it's just a standard head. Wow. Look how small that is. That's just waste right there. That's all I have to say about that. All right. So we're going to put down our helmet here, and we are going to get glowing. So that's what we like to do. Just waste time and glue things. Then we got to prime them, and then we got to paint them. And I'm really going to try to really look into seeing what would be really, really good for these guys as far as painting. What we're going to do paint wise. Okay, the leg goes in, so boom, that's the standard piece that we need. We're just going to put a tiny bit of glue, and again, like I say, this Loctite glue is just absolutely fantastic. Works very, very well. Just a little drop is perfect. And like I said, especially when you're gluing things from Games Workshop, if it's not going in right, it's because you're not putting it in right. And that is the truth. So we're going to get that glued together, get her arm in. Okay, great. Then we are going to put her, just make sure everything fits in there correctly. And if you need me to zoom in, guys, when I'm putting these together, oops. I relied on that to be done already. Oops, grabbed the wrong leg. Alright, I can zoom in, and we can... really kind of show this off a little bit. But I'm just winging away here. I wonder if I'm going to go with like the very 90s colors that they had. It was all black and yellows. A lot of pink hair and, whoops, you know, had that very kind of end of the 80s feel. Oh boy, I'm just popping arms off. Alright, that's not going to stay. And see, this is the thing that will get you frustrated a little bit, is that, you know, you want to get these things put together. And you're going to rush things like I just did. Only because I'm on a live stream, right? Alright, let's try to get this arm back on. And we're just going to let it sit there for a second. And we'll talk about something else. Yeah, I've heard a lot about this Mystic Battles Panthalon. But to be honest with you, if I can't get my hands on it, it don't mean nothing to me right now. The gel super glues are IMG the best to use. I agree. Alright, let's just put her down for a minute. And let's just put this head together, because this is just, I can understand having different molds for about 15 different things, but boy, when you do this, this makes me scratch my head. Why do you separate the hair from the head? Just put it all together and just give us one head to glue on. I mean, really, come on. Can somebody just give us a little bit of a break here? And as we go here, I want to make sure that we get our face correct. And there we go. Okay, so I wanted to make sure that it goes in correctly, so I'm just going to dab a little glue here. Just a little bit. And again, like I said, these gels, I'm going to say it a million times probably during this process, because you just you have your best control with it. All right. Oh, don't. Problem is, part so doggone small. If you have massive hands, it can get a little tricky. So we're just going to put this down. We're going to let that dry for a little bit before we pop that on. So we're going to just give it a few minutes. So we're going to move on to our next project here, which is 11 and 12. Okay, so that means that's 11. And that would mean that that's 12. Now this isn't too bad. There's 11. You always want to be constantly doing something, or else you're going to find that you have a lot of wasted movement. 11, 12. And I'm not big on wasted movement, especially when you're streaming. So, what do we have here to create this? 41, 48. All right, 48. There are some of these hair. The hair here is just very in here, very thinly, and is not ideal. Let's just leave it at that. 41. There we go. 41, 48, 15. 15 it is. 16. Forgive Mimi, she's actually doing something, so I'm not going to stop her. And that's a shock to myself, is that she's vacuuming the house from Huddy being here. That boy, he was good. He was such a good boy. 51. I'll look at the comments in a minute. Let me just, I apologize if I'm not answering anything. I'm trying to find these pieces. And this, you know, this will drive you a little batty. 51, 51. Because half the battle, first of all, oh, 51. Oh no, 57. Jeez. Make sure you have the right number. Oh, there we go. Look, I mean, look how ridiculously small this piece is for a knife. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's all I'm going to say. Well, that's our next victim that we're going to put together. Wow. Sean Mikowski. Mr. Perfect himself. Plastic Man War. People love options. Options lead to problems. Hello. It doesn't bother me as much. Joe, how are you? Joe, hi everyone. I recommend Rob's glue or plastic glue like Model Masters liquid cement. Just my opinion. Joe, I'll give you a call a little later today. I actually do have to give you a call. I recommend plastic cement. People love options. We said hi to Sean. I forget the chemical name for hard plastic, but plastic cement doesn't melt. Hello, Sean. Everybody's just hailing Sean. Rick, how are you? I fed my chocolate lab a meatball. She is having a good morning. My thought in watching this is, how much can I pay someone to do this for me? Yeah, you're probably right there, my friend. You're probably right there. All right, now that we have this head squared away, I'm really interested in this. We're going to be getting this painted up pretty quickly. We're going to get to work on a lot of this. We got our base here. Let's get her head on. All right. And again, we're doing this so you have an idea what you're in for. You know, yeah, it seems pretty boring, you know, watching me put together models. And it's not a great stream, that's for sure. Well, it's always a good stream, you know, with you guys in here. But the point of this is, if I run into a problem, guess what? You're going to run into a problem. And I want to alleviate that as much as I can. And that's why we do what we do right now. And that's the only reason to do it. Try to make things easier. Alright, we have some grenades here that are going to go on her back hip. And I see exactly where they go. Because again, you're not going to find very much more detailed models than what you have here with our friends from Games Workshop. They really do a good job. The problem is, if you have big hands, you are not going to have a good time doing this. I assure you that. And we'll throw, I'll forgive my gum chewing. Woke up this morning, got the girl, got the boy and my daughter to the airport, and home they went. We'll see them. We'll see them next time, that's for sure. He had a good time though. I didn't put him much on the stream. I just kind of just let him do it. He wanted to watch Godzilla movies. Oh boy. because I put that bomb in, those bombs in there, I actually knocked off the arm and the head. And I thought I gave it enough time to dry, right? Because we're trying to get this done. Alright. Does it go here? Yeah, it does. It goes right there. Does it go the other way like that? Yeah. So, wow. This really is a struggle. But, there we go. Put in the bomber pack before you put the arm in. See, this is what we do. We try to figure it out so you don't have to. You say, oh man, I remember when Rob was trying to put that in. Put the arm in afterwards. It'll all work out. There we go. Dutch Yoda has to leave. I'm off to catch the train ride home. Maybe I'll pop in. I'm trying to watch this with glasses on, with these big glasses on. We'll see you later, brother. Alright, so there we go. Let's do that. Let's add just a touch more here. That's the other thing you're trying to prevent to do, is messing up all this too much. Alright. There we go. Let's put a little more on the shoe. Of course, I'm trying to stand it up without getting it off to the area that I want it in. Alright, we're just going to hold that there for a second. So, what was I going to do? We got community question this week. Should be a pretty decent one. I'm going to skip the vlog this week. We're going to do a double weeks of what came out at Miniature Market at the end of the week. Oh, Graham's got to leave too. Everybody going to work. What are you guys working? Have you tried super glue accelerant spray? Personally, I don't think it works as well as it should. No, I have not. But I will tell you this. We've got 2 of these guys done, and I'm feeling pretty good about myself. All right. Now this one just screams I'm a pain in the neck. So, Nakomi. How does she go on? Alright, she's got a little gap there. And we've got to figure out how this leg goes in there. Okay, I think right there like that. Yep, that's it. Oh, another one of these one-legged ones. But the poses are so dynamic. They really do make a difference. Try to get all the flashing off that you can. Whoops. It's always key. And well, we've got a couple paint projects this week. I've got a bunch of phone calls I got to make today. I got to catch up with people. This is what happens when you disappear for a few days. Grandson put you back, but it was worth it. It was worth it. 18 more to go. Yeah, pretty much. Alright, we're going to hold on to this. Kabuki, how are you? We're just putting together some Necromunda. Trying to show everybody how this all goes together. And how it all works. So by doing this, we're going to get these ready, and then guess what? So as you can see, I only got a few together, and yeah, even though I could say I'm slowed down because I'm streaming this a bit, but honestly, this is not as easy as it seems. Okay, we're going with her first. All right, so she has this mouth guard thing. So that head goes in there. We want to get this head put together first. That's the first thing that I'm learning, is that the head is the most difficult part. And I mean, this piece here is like microscopic. So you got to make sure you have good cutters. You can take off whatever edge there is. And then again, like I've stated, make sure you get your glue set. Make sure the piece, you know how it goes in. Squeeze a little of that in. And let that dry for a few minutes. Alright. Meanwhile, work on some of these other things. I think we're going to try to put this... How's this go? 57, 15. Alright. Oh, okay. So she holds the gun like... Oh, wow. So this is going to be fun. Alright, so first thing we're going to try to do is get this arm. See, some of this stuff is just needless, I think, at times. It really is. Alright, that's the way you want to do it. People get this game, they're like, okay, I know I got to paint it. Do like you did with Shadespire. Make it, well, then again, I see what they're trying to do here. What they're trying to do is give you a game like Shadespire, which is like an entry level for putting things together. Make it very easy, fun, positive experience. And then, they do have people that enjoy, a high-end modeling phase where they'll try to do different poses and shtick like that. So, I can see both ends of the spectrum here. A lot of people are like, hey, I'm a modeler. I love playing the games, and I love painting, and I get 3 bangs for the buck. If I'm gonna pay $100 and something for this game, I want the whole experience. All right. The game better be good. The original game was masterful, by the way. Charles Rowan, how are you? All right, we're holding this together. Well, thanks. Busy, but I am here. Well, look at you. Painting Broen rabbits and watching and listening. Ah, played Shadespires last week for the first time, and it was really fun. Yeah, it looks a lot of fun. A real lot of fun. I think people are really going to be thrilled with it. Alright, where does this go? Well, first of all, we got a little piece here that we want to take off. Tink. I mean, the detail on these things are just ridiculous. But, come on. Who are we talking about? We're talking about Games Workshop. They don't fool around. You're going to get something. You're going to get something good. Uh, 55, 57. All right. So basically, what you're telling me is that I should put this right. And they don't give you a good example of where this goes. So it's kind of really up to you. But we're going to put it on there. We'll see what we can do with it. So we're going to add a little bit of this gel. And then we're going to, right there's good, I think. That's what I'm going for. There we go. Right there. Perfect. Next thing is, like I said, we're going to glue that head on. Let's make sure the burrs are off. And there we go. We're just going to hold this here for a minute. No, it goes this way. Alright, we got that figured out now. 1, 2. Boy, these are not easy to put together. Oh, they're just not easy. I didn't expect them to be easy. But I didn't expect to have a degree in science to do it. Alright, this one we're going to save because we're not going to try to put the whatchamacallit on there right now. Alright, so the second version of her is 50. 50 and 45. So we have 45. And once you know where the heads are, it saves you half the battle. So 45. Now we just have to find her headpiece. Is Axis and Allies anniversary live play still in the works? Yes, we really because the grandson had came, we thought we would get more in to get ahead of schedule, but you know how things work on this channel. We try to get as much as we can in. We'll have a good burst, and then you know, a number of things kind of not get in the way, but you know, we get knocked off, or you know, we have a special assignment that we try to get done, and you know, we're getting there, but it definitely is in the works. I am arranging with Justin to do this because I think he's a big part of playing Axis and Allies. So we are planning within the next 3 weeks of doing it. And that's what I'm going to say. It's going to be a last minute pull up because I think those work the best by just putting things up at the last minute. Every time we tried to do something, you know, unfortunately the cat passed away, which was very hard for everybody. Particularly me, especially since I'm the one that went and got the cat. And it's a funny story because we went all the way up to Massachusetts when we were living in Connecticut to get her. 11 and 12. Hey Vic, how are the puppers? Good? Okay. Huh? Do whatever you gotta do. Everybody's used to noise around here. 11 and 12, where are you? Here's 12. It's the same sprue. Okay, this sprue It's the same as the other one. It's just there's different variations of how you put it on. Okay, so we've got that figured out. So there's not a lot of guys here, or girls. There we go. All right. Zarex, how are you? Yeah, don't overwork, create flow, that is coming. And that's what we try to do. When is the Necromunda playthrough scheduled? I'm going to try to get these painted this week. We're going to try to do a live show each week. I've got to mix in some patron stuff. I'm going to try to mix in some live stuff to make up for last week. Only 3 videos. What was it? 5 videos? Yeah, 5 videos. That's all we did last week. Usually we're in the 10s and 12s. Also, all I'm going to tell you is there's so many great things that are going to be for our Christmas giveaway. I think you guys are really going to lose your mind when you see what we're giving away. Really, really. We really outdid ourselves this year. But what is the most important thing? You have to be a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber or just a Charlie come lately, don't bother. Don't bother. Don't bother one bit, because we do this only for our subscribers. And we know who you are. That is Sprue 101 for me. There you go. Good detail, but how difficult to paint. Looks like even priming would be a pain. Hi, Patrick, by the way, first. It's good to see you. I would have to say, on a painting scale, I don't think these guys would be that bad. I think they're pretty basic. You know, it depends how detailed you want to get. But honestly, I think it's worth it. It's not a lot of guys. A gang is not a lot of guys to paint. And I think you can get it done fairly quickly, to be honest. I'm hoping that I can get these painted this week. Like when I'm done here, we're going to get these primed up. And then, how long am I into the show? 50 minutes? Go about an hour and a half. I'll finish these off camera. But I want to give you an idea, and if there's any heads up or anything weird I find, I think the real problem here is just taking the time. Oh, wow. Okay. So we actually have more than that. So we don't have to do... Yeah, they just confuse me with this whole thing. The real problem is this sheet. The sheet is very confusing. And you just have to kind of wing it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10 aside. But this game is just so worth it. And that's I mean, there's no monkeying around it. This is just one of those games that is just worth the experience. Necromunda, Mordheim, just a couple of really great games. I think they really had something going, but it was like, okay, let's just make it extinct, because, you know, the big thing is that with the specialty games especially, out of print stuff would just go crazy. But now they're just starting to see that, you know, there is a lot of life here. I just wish they'd bring back the original, the old school version of Warhammer Quest. Or if they're going to do a Warhammer Quest every year, okay, I'll deal with it. I'll work with it. you know, but boy, I'll tell you, the original, one of my faves. All right, we're going to put this one down. This one wasn't as bad. Not as bad. Here we go. Noob question. Necromunda is a tactical skirmish game. Gangs, teams go head to head. Yes. You can level them up. There's campaigns that you can run. It's Blood Bowl without the sport. At least that's the way the old one used to be. Where you put together your gang, and then if your gang dies or is critically injured or stuff like that, you get different abilities for them. So they grow over battles. And that's what always made Necromunda just really, really tremendous. Boy, the old GW was the best. I mean, you didn't even think anything else. I mean, you just knew that, wow, we're going to play this. Okay, great. This is going to be such a great experience. And it always was. Hey, they had some clunkers. But not all of them were. Alright, so let's let that head sit for a little bit. Let's try to get these pieces for Arena out. And she is 17, 19, and 18. Got to turn it over. 17. 17. Do we have a 17? Has anybody seen a 17? 17, 18. $17, $18. Okay, that makes sense now. The piece just looked a lot different than what it was. Okay, so that's 18, 17. Cut that out. 19. Here's the other leg. See, this is just unnecessary here. Really just some unnecessary parts that have to be done here. 42 and 50. Okay. 42 and 50. Just look where the hair is. Another one where the piece is just so small. 42 and 50. 22 and 23. There's 21, 22. Once you get in a rhythm here, you're all right. And 23. I'll look at the chat in a minute. I'm real sorry if I missed anything. Leon, if I missed anything, if you're still on, if you could point it out. I don't like to miss one question somebody asks. It's just the way I am. And finally, 54. There we go. All right. All right. Hello, Sue Park. Welcome, Tim. Tim, how are you? Better late than never, as usual. Running Wolf, how are you? Jedi Jeff. It's like finding one. Well, we do have snow in Hawaii if I go up to the mountains. Well, there you go. We'll skip that question since Leland seems to be handling Hawaii. Actually, he's from Hawaii. Alright. Let's put this head on. These are some angry girls if ever I've seen them. And like I said, we have a whole bunch of stuff that we're gonna be doing, announcing, and talking about. Oh, come on. It's a very busy month for us. It's the end of the year. I think we're going to do top games of 2017. I don't know if anybody wants to see that. We're going to do it. Should I make it top 20? Should I make it a top 50? Can you think of 50 good games that did come out in 2017? When they said you had to assemble the models, I didn't realize it was like a regular model with so many pieces. I thought it would maybe be 5 pieces per model: head, body, arms, legs. Nah, it's pretty intricate, and that's why I'm doing the video, so people have an idea what's going on here. So when I run into an issue here, it'll be easy enough that everybody can kind of reference this if they wanted to, or even if they use this as a kind of like, well, gee, do I really want to do this? Do I want to play this game? Is it worth it? I gotta admit, I think it's worth it. It's going to take you a couple hours though to put these guys together. There's no doubt about it. There's no getting around it. And then when you get it put together, of course, you got to paint it, and that's going to be a whole nother ball of wax. Whoops. And as you see, I'm struggling a little bit at times. There we go. The pieces go together nicely. It's just they are so small that they are very difficult to get in there. Like, some of the stuff is just unnecessary. I mean, it has that Robotech feel. And some of you might know what I'm talking about. Where you're putting something together and you're like, oh, come on. I don't need to be, to spend my entire life putting this together. And, there we go. And all you want to do is just get it together. You understand you got to paint it, but boy, geez. Let me get to that point, please. Like this leg here, unnecessary. This is an unnecessary evil. Even if they, if you wanted to give us a whole bunch of different points, make them kind of snap and fit in there. So all it is just, okay, instead of this, where I'm trying to figure out how this leg goes in here. I don't want to be sitting here holding this leg for a few minutes like I'm going to have to. James, how are you? Yeah, I have to agree with you there. These aren't as easy as the Blood Bowl ones. But, yeah, they when you get it together, you go, wow, this really looks pretty cool. And then you kind of forget about the experience that you just had putting it together. I'm just trying to get this to set up. I mean, everything about this is just boom, dead on. But geez, give me a break here. I mean, like putting 2 pieces to the head together, I think that's a bit much. But, there's certain sacrifices that you got to just say, you got to pick your battles. All right? And basically, all right, they brought Necromunda back. They brought it back. It was dead. And I mean dead. And they brought it back. So are you willing to sacrifice, keep your mouth shut, and go, do. Yeah, it looks like we froze a little bit there. Sorry about that. Can't win them all. It was my computer. Streams down here. Yep. Yeah, that's where I died. Are you building based on the Underhive crap, or will you build a list for your gang war? Both. Minis aren't as simple as Blood Bowl. Okay, yep. Down. His grandson must be playing Godzilla with the equipment. Yeah, there you go. Yep, I'm. Oh, will you get down, girl? Come on, off. Let me see. Am I alive? Yeah, I'm still alive. Okay. I wouldn't say they're difficult, just complex. Worth it, though. Yeah, I agree there. I haven't found anything that is pushing me to the point where I'm saying this isn't worth, putting it together. The reason I'm really letting you know that this has some complexity to it is so that you have an idea how to do it. You know what I mean? I don't want you walking in blind. That's why we do these type of videos. You know, when I saw all the pieces and I saw the instructions, I said, oh boy, here we go. And I rather go through it and go, okay, you see this? This is a pain in the neck. This is something. So you know what you're getting into. You know what you're walking into. Especially those of you that are not experienced, have experienced a lot of the GW stuff and are just maybe board gamers that are kind of branching over into some of the other stuff. And especially when you see great games like this, you got to know what you're headed into. And that's all we're trying to do. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Nothing more, nothing less. So, I'm working on the 6th person here. Let's try to get this done. Pete! Matter of fact, I'm going to call you very shortly. Good to see you. Because I'm almost done here. And like we said, we dropped off the grandson at the airport. They're flying right now. So hopefully they're going to be home shortly. And we're looking forward to them being A-okay. Very, very complex here. Figure I'd just take some things off my mind. It's always hard when they go and it's time for them to leave. Because you never know when you're going to see them next. And, God willing, we see them soon. That's for sure. I sure do miss him, though. Boy, this leg is just completely unnecessary. It really is. Or if you're going to, like I said, you're going to put a leg in here like this. I am definitely having some freezing issues. Yeah, for some reason it keeps on freezing up. So what I'm going to do is we are going to call it for a day. I think you guys get the gist of this. I don't know why I'm freezing. I think I have an idea why it's freezing. And we are just going to call it at that. Okay, yeah, we're still here. All right, so I think you get the gist on how these go together. They're not easy to get together. We're going to get these together, and then we're going to be doing some live painting, and we'll get this up and going as quick as possible. Thanks so much for watching this, guys. we are definitely going to... I apologize for the ending of this where we had to get cut short. I was hoping to get done with this one gang. Oh, excuse me. I'm sneezing on top of it. But I think you get the gist. This is not going to be easy. It's going to be time consuming. You're looking at probably around 2 hours assembly time for both gangs. So plan that into your attack, and then of course painting. We'll have this all together. Tomorrow we'll be painting live, and we'll start working on these guys right away. So I think I know what the problem is, why we're freezing up. So what I'm going to do is work on that and get that done. And we will catch you guys later. Thanks for watching this, and we'll talk to you soon.